Happy Monday, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Collins. Today, the first thing you're going to be doing is turning in your room makeover packet. When you finish with that, please put that in your hours turn-in tray. Then you're going to be watching this little video here. We're moving on to finding areas of triangles, which we did talk about a little bit. You have notes in your spiral, so I would be looking at those as well. But I'm going to go through the first page a little bit of this packet. There's a lot of different little worksheets, little problems in there for you to solve, so I'm going to kind of talk about that. All right, so it says, first off, Jenny says the formula for finding the area of a triangle is area equals 1/2 times base times height. Chris says that the formula for finding the area of a triangle is area equals base times height divided by 2. It says, who is correct, Jenny or Chris? So you know in your spiral that this is what we wrote down as area equals base times height divided by 2, because we talked about a triangle. If you take a parallelogram or a rectangle or a square and you draw a diagonal, that it's half of the length and the width. So we've talked about that area equals base times height divided by 2 because it's a half. So here's your triangle here and here. But is 1/2 times base times height the same? So let's say you have, this is a shaded part here. So let's say your base is 8 inches, your height is 4 inches. Let's use this formula here. Area equals, your base is 8 times your height is 4 divided by 2, which is 32 divided by 2, which is 16 square inches. Okay, so let's try this one. Area equals 1/2 times 8 times 4. Well, if you work from left to right, like we should, since you're multiplying both here and here, 1/2 times 8, half of 8 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16 square inches. So those are the same. So they are both correct. Correctamundo. Because the solution using both formulas, you're writing this down, is the same. 16 square inches. Alrighty, so either one of these formulas, both of these formulas mean the same thing. All right, it says look at the triangle shown at the right. The height is represented by the dotted line. Which side of the triangle is the base? So we know that when we're talking height and this dotted lines, you see this in parallelograms, the dotted line to show height. You see it in triangles to show the height. So we know that height always has to be perpendicular to the base. Perpendicular lines form a right angle. So you follow the dotted line down to where it forms a right angle, and the side of the shape that forms that right angle with the dotted line is the base. So the base is C. So C is the base of that triangle. And how do I know? Explain how you can tell which side the base is. The base always must be perpendicular to the height. That's how you know. The base always has to form that right angle perpendicular with the height. All right. The height of a right triangle. So draw a right triangle. A right triangle has one right angle in it. Draw a right triangle. The height of a right triangle is exactly 4 centimeters. So 4 centimeters. That's the height. The area of the triangle is 12 square centimeters. So our area is 12 square centimeters. That's our area. The base should be how long? Well, we don't know. That's what we're finding out. What should the base be? So we're going to work backwards. Fill in your formula for those variables. So 12 is our area. 12 equals base times height divided by 2. So base times, the height is 4, divided by 2. So something times 4 divided by 2 has to equal 12. So, thinking about that, think about how we're going to figure out what the base is going to be. So some number up here, when you multiply these two and you divide it by 2, it has to be 12. So 2 times what equals 12? What divided by 2 equals 12? Some number divided by 2 equals 12. So you're taking some number and dividing it in half. So if you're thinking, well, maybe I would have to double 12. So this would have to be, I know that 24 divided by 2 is 12. So I know this top part has to be 24. So what times 4 is 24? 6. So 6 centimeters is your base. 6 times 4. So let's try it. Area equals base 6 times height 4 divided by 2. That's 24 divided by 2, which is 12 square centimeters. So we're good to go there. So the base should be 6 centimeters. Okay, this bottom number 4 you're going to do on your own. It says in the box below, draw a rectangle that is 10 centimeters long and 4 centimeters high. So you're going to get a ruler from the ruler box. Draw a rectangle that's 10 centimeters by 4 centimeters. Use a ruler to make sure your drawing is the right size. What is the area of your rectangle? Okay, so you're going to draw a rectangle. 4, what's the area of it? It says now draw a diagonal line to divide the rectangle into 2 triangles. What's the area of each triangle? All right, so you're going to finish this page today. You're going to finish this guy up. And then you're going to start with this one. So up here you have all your information on area of a triangle. Each of these, and really all the way through, you're asked to find the area of, well, not all the way through, but this one and this one. You're asked to find the area of a rectangle or square and then the area of a triangle. So if this is a square, each side is 4 centimeters, right? So area of a square is base times height. So 4 times 4 is 16. If the area of the whole square is 16 square centimeters, you're only wanting half of that for a triangle, right? So half of 16 is 8 square centimeters. So on every one of these, you find the area of the rectangle, and the triangle is half of that because your rectangle is base times height. Triangle is half of that. So I want you to complete this page here today as well. This little challenge problem, it says find the area of the polygon. Use the back if you need workspace. You don't need any workspace. You're going to draw a line to decompose this composite shape, decompose it into shapes that you know how to find the area of. So I'm going to give you a little hint. You're going to divide it right here. You knew that anyway because you're really smart. So if you divide that, you have a 7 by 8 meter shape here. So you'd find the area of that. And then you have a triangle up here. If you turn that thing sideways like this, this forms a right angle. So you have a base of 6 and a height of 6. So you'd find the area of that triangle. So here you're taking length times width, right? Because that's a rectangle. Here you're taking base times height divided by 2. And then like on the other work that we had done, you're going to add these together to get the total area. All right? So you're going to do this page, this little guy, And then if possible, I want you to see how far you can get on this page here. It's not homework, but I want for this evening, we'll pick this up on Tuesday, but I want you to do those 2 pages right there and finish your notes. All right, and if you fly through that, there will be a Buzz Math on finding area of triangles. Hope you have a good day. See you on Tuesday.